Hello, I'm John Fox here on channel John West. I am having a Disco Elysium adventure, and I decided apparently to start this recording on a loading screen because I'm a fool. I'm a fool of a fool and a fool of a tuck. I'm not a tuck. Can't be a fool of a tuck. What are you talking about, John? Anyway, I'm here now. Some groovy music, and I'm going to try and ignore the little bit of cloud there that I can't point at. What's this? This is where the lyrics should be. Big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. I don't remember this game having music. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. Oh, hang on. You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. Why is it called Inland Empire? I'm going to try and get some... What is it? Okay, what is Inland Empire? Hunches and gut feelings, dreams and waking life. Call for dreamers, paranatural investigators, and mental creators. The Inland Empire is an unfiltered wellspring of the imagination, emotion, and foreboding. It enables you to grope your way through the invisible dimensions of reality, gaining insight into which sight can't see. What's really going on? What do these enigmatic riddles really mean for the world fate? At high levels, Inland Empire animates the inanimate. You'll have conversations with your clothing, conversations which may change the course of the investigation if you're not thrown in the loony bin first. With low Inland Empire, however, you'll be void of imagination and character. And then how will you shape the cosmos? Oh no. Ah. Okay. My soul is immense. Utterly, and it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. What should I sing when it comes to it? You should sing the sad small church song from the tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Of course, they'll really get a gauge on my soul with that one. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic small church song. Who's laughing now? No one. New task, sing karaoke. You'll need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. This goes well with my theory that I'm developing, that I'm a down-on-my-luck superstar person. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, that sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. Let's finish this thought. This is really cool. I wish I knew what was shaking in here. Maybe it's just that these changed. I have a task. I need to get a hold of a sad song on tape. You need to find a sufficiently tragic tape, then play it on a boombox to memorize the lyrics, and ask the cafeteria manager to perform. Preferably in the evening. More people at the bar then. Water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. Are we recording? Do we have sound? Yes. The menu's been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. A woman handwrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts with a man's handwriting. It's got the cafeteria manager. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Look at the stuffed bird. A A competent work of taxidermy, the white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and dying mugs, one of the wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Encyclopedia. Medium. Success. This is a great skewer. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulandian Isla, the part of the world that you're in right now. That's the great skewer, right? Look,
your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where the man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
I'm a cop, and I talk to whomever I please. He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
It does say that. Composure. Medium. Success. He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject. What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did this Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
He shrugs. Drama. Medium. Success. His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something. She just... What?
So now you're a cop? Forget it.
Are you the bartender? Hang on.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
You look like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
Understood.
No, I'm not the bartender. I have 3 cafeterias. She just, you know.
Okay then. Fine. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. This is a Nosafed. Cool. Sign reads mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open 4 o'clock. This royal pinball machine is unplugged.
Hello, sweetie.
It's the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods towards the man in the orange bomber jacket. Alright. It's Kim Kitsuragi. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. Shake his hand.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm. You realize he's waiting for your name. Conceptualization medium. Invent a name for yourself. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire, looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there's still many to go. It is not yet time.
Okay then.
He processes the information and then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Rhetoric. What he means is he's been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you've been otherwise occupied. You mean him? Nod towards the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
I haven't.
Okay. We'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case.
I know it's stupid to say that, but it was also the funnier answer.
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body? No.
So the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect the wariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure that I'm from the police? I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. He points to your jacket. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. For now I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General. Encyclopedia. Inspectorate General means the Internal Affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the Rat Squad, and he isn't supposed to suspect such things. Ah, you mean the Rat Squad. No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job. Ah. You said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean? Points to your sleeve. Yes, but they're just white rectangles. They're not just white rectangles. They bear the halogen watermark, the letters RCM, and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. Shouldn't I have a badge or something? Check your pockets. You mean you don't have a badge? It was not on me when I woke up. Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle is a full shortwave. You can use it to report your badge is missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence. Okay, I'm going to be honest to him because he's the first guy I've met and he seems like a good guy. I can't really tell though. I'm quite tired. For some reason I've decided to only play this game when I'm really tired, which sort of makes me feel a bit more like this character, but still. But I can't remember anything. He looks at you for a moment in silence. I can see you drunk last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I've seen officers go through much worse. Much worse. I mean, I died last time, but whatever. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby, but as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. Okay. What if I... No, I think I am a police officer. What were we supposed to do again? Talk to the manager, then go out and take the body down. Okay, let's roll. After you, officer. Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by clicking on him. So, still don't know what changes here, but I do now have. I can report my badge missing, interview the cafeteria manager, and inspect the victim's body. I have no idea if it's still hanging on or not. But I did find my other shoe, which was nice. And we can run. The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching, drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant. Mr. Guard.
Mr. Guard, right? You run this place.
He glanced into his little notebook.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What is gold and orange like a forest fire, but smells like liquor?
Are you kidding me?
No, man, help me out. What is gold and orange and smells like liquor?
It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor, and you're orange.
Lager? My name Lager? See, everyone agrees it's your colour scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing. Thanks, conceptualization.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
And I feel like this guy should be doing the job.
Yes, of course.
He takes a step back.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What? Of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
Okay. Call Sylvie.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are. But as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective?
Play the fool. Who, me?
Mm-hmm. I have everything. You?
Oh, you mean, do I have questions? Ask them.
Yes, he means do you have questions for me? Like a police officer would.
The cafeteria manager is clearly agitated again. So I like this. We can use the fact that I'm a bit stupid seeming to my advantage. He thinks you're stupid, sir. Wonderful. There we go. And yeah. Rhetoric. Medium success. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa. Where exactly is the body? Behind the building, there's a courtyard. He points to the kitchen behind him. They hoisted him up on a tree there. Now, how do we get there, then? That's easy. See that door there? He points to the west. First you exit through that, then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for keys. The hole is big enough for the that word there. Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. Where did Sylvie go away? Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Before I asked you where, now I'm asking you why she left. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back, and because I asked her for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that. The lieutenant opens his little notebook. At the cover, the number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Thank you, he says. Didn't go well. I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. I like that. One of the things I heard about this game, because I watched the giant bomb thing, and it says you can sort of... she was a bit annoyed that he seemed like quite sexist, and people complained it's because you made a physical character with no intelligence, and you can actually go completely feminist at the same time. Whereas I would like for him to be a feminist, I kind of also would like to stick to the case. Everything has something to do with everything. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. Who killed him? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. Rhetoric. That is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who's this they if he doesn't know? Before you said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who did you mean by they? Oh. He's a bit surprised you caught that. People are saying it was union dock workers. That it was a lynching. Who exactly is saying that? There are local customers, people who eat here. A lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it. Did the Dibardeurs tell them... what? I might turn the music down a tad. Did the Dibardeurs themselves tell her this, or is it a rumour? I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. Why would the dock workers lynch this man? I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do? You mean the strike? Yes, the strike. He makes a little quotation marks with his fingers. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The Unionistas probably thought they'd send a message. I have never questioned. Did you kill him? What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. Yeah, that's all. Not so fast, he points to you. You owe me 130 real. Okay, savoir-faire, medium. Slip away unnoticed. This is not going to work, but... So red check and... What's real? Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real. He pronounces the R with mock aristocratic accent. Trivial success. The IIR, or Intervisory Real, I have no idea if I pronounced any of those words correctly, is a global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money. Oh, I understand you mean I owe you money. Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real. It points to the red ledger on the counter. You're under arrest! What do I owe this place for? Let's see. He dramatically turns the page to in the ledger. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't tell me you didn't. That'll be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30, 130 real, and yes, real is still money. But what exactly is money? What, are you a philosopher? Well, actually, I might be. Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or... He peeks into the ledger. 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We'll use it for everything, really. Proceed to show him the coins you found. Is this money? Yes, it is. Count them and give them to him. That's 10 plus 10. 20 equals 40. Now I'm down to 90, right? No, you see, there's a tinge of sadness in his voice. That's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency. 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real. 100 times smaller? Yes, but that's horrible. It is. He stands silently looking at the coppers on the counter. Conceptualization. Isn't it evil? Your order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have. Darkness rides. Pick up the coins. It does, doesn't it? There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. What happens now? He turns to the lieutenant. I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money tonight, then he shrugs. Officer, maybe you better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Isn't there somewhere else I can stay around here? You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home. I don't remember where my home is. Officer, a pattern of creases appears on his forehead. You really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them. Ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now. The man wants to say something and thinks better of it. Good luck. So, yes, I've got to pay for the damages. It's quite reasonable. Let's not lie. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. I really don't remember. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Up on Marble Hill. Why did you say that? Lieutenant Kitsuragi, do you know a place called Marble Hill? No, he thinks for a moment. But isn't that an expression, not a place? An expression? A saying, up on Marble Hill. A great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to. That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Could I trace the way back somehow? To the exact street, the exact number on a building? Lonesome long way home. Thought gained. You can try. Run some addresses in your head. When you get the time, maybe a street or an apartment will appear. Okay, that seems like a reasonably good reason to think about something, rather than pretending that I'm a pop star. And it will give me +1 encyclopedia rather than -1 logic. Let's rewind. Head in the clouds, yeah. Let's not pretend that guy, even though it'd be quite funny. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through the courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor tract. The 881 till you reach Le Domine Eminete in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, kicked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. Internalize. Okay, I guess that's a thing that's going on now. But I've got Encyclopedia +1 while I'm thinking about that as well.
Yes?
I want to talk about you. Yes, me? Yes, you. I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. We'll work better together if we have more rapport. That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? You're wearing glasses. That's correct. Physical instrument, legendary failure. You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone. Just observing. I guess you don't need glasses then. You don't look like other people around here. It's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seol, and so was my grandmother, but from my mother's side, he shakes his head. It's not an interesting topic. What is Seol? It's a part of the world, officer. Geopolitical entity and geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. Encyclopedia, medium, success. Seol is a protectionist, isolationist, Pan-Isolary, state west of Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious. You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seol. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite, and I never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seol. He seems almost proud of these things. I'm a regular Revacholier. Point of pride to him. Tell me a secret about yourself. The lieutenant narrows a single eyebrow. No. Oh, okay. You ever talk with yourself? What do you mean? You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, the lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. You know what I'd like if I could click on that? And it would take me to this page. And I could check this. So my conceptualization is pretty good. Cool for creatives, psychedelic fanciers, and critics. Conceptualization has a special role it wants you to play in this world. Not the role of a cop, but of art cop. It enables you to make fresh associations, to delve into the world concepts from Jean Carp's postmodernist Capire to Revachol's arabesque architectural style, Derrida, and even concept of hardcore. And then, importantly, to add your own contribution to these works. At high levels, conceptualization makes you go big, perhaps too big. It is ostentatious, demanding grand displays. Why live life when you could throw yourself into a live volcano? At low levels, however, you'll be unable to see the world in a creative light. You'll be unable to contribute to conversations in an art gallery. Only boring people will invite you to their dust parties. Okay. Oh yeah, that's Save Fair. Okay. This isn't an old school case. Okay. I'm not sure which option to pick, but this isn't an old school case. I get it, you're one of those old school detectives, not respectfully. So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side. The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through the pages. Conceptualization. We all have our different mediums. His is written. That's all for now. Conclude. Good, let's change the subject. I think you should know that I can't remember anything. No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even. I feel I must repeat this. I don't remember everything. There was heavy drinking involved. Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Empathy. Easy. Success. There's a sudden harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs. So what should I concentrate on? Try work. The case at hand. It can work miracles. What's wrong with personal affairs? Not a fan. Just the nature of lieutenancy. Encyclopedia. Easy. Success. The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decompotage as its chain of commands. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. It means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this. But I'm completely lacking in basic information about even this organization we're in. Can you help me? New task. End of the day debrief with Kim. Fine, we should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9. If you're still having trouble, I can give you orientation. I'm afraid this is a medical situation. Move on. Really? The lieutenant gives you a look. Thorough, as if performing triage. You look fine to me. I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in a mirror and had no idea who I was. Psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. Logic. Clearly he prefers to think you're malingering. Cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life. It's not psychological. Some sort of major brain damage has occurred on an unprecedented scale. Call your stations Lazareth. Okay. Cool. I think it was good that we were... that we were honest with him. Tell me about the case. What do you want to know? Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing. Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. A young woman told me a mercenary has been hanged, and the manager thinks it was the Union that did it. That's all. Then you're not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? Brief? Yes, that sounds good. 3 days ago, the RCM emergency desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling-In-Rags hotel cafeteria. The cadaver has been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labour dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the deaf as a part of this dispute. Wait, does the briefing say who the victim was? A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just a hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. Why didn't we know anything about the caller? They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled, using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. Why hide themselves? There's a strong prejudice against involving RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We can't allow that. Hold on. And the RCM is... That's us. The Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in the city. Encyclopedia. Medium. Success. The RCM, or the Revachol Citizens Militia, is the police force you and him are a part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this. Of course. I understand everything now. Ooh. Just to be clear, we're police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. Would you say this is a mysterious case? The lieutenant considers your question a moment before answering. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. Why not? The lieutenant shrugs. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labour dispute. It doesn't take delirium polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy? There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was. Oh, I guess that settles it then. Excellent. Was there anything else? We're from different precincts. Why are we on the same case? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a... He considers the phrasing. A pissing competition. What do you mean? You don't know. His eyes are narrow. I assumed you were in on it. You know what I'm in on. Retrograde amnesia. But it's still an imbecilic cop-off. Cop-off? It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time with it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. You should tell me now. This seems relevant. Later. His voice is unflinching. Was there anything you wanted to know about the case? Actually, that's all I need for now. Good. Lieutenant nods. You seem to be following me. Excuse me. What if I want to work this case alone? Detective, if I may be frank, You seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things, you've misplaced your badge, and I cannot let you act in the name of RCM without supervision until you regain control of your faculties. Well, what if I need some me time? Some you time? The Lieutenant considers this a moment. This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You still have your evenings to yourself. Okay, I'll leave the self-care for non-work hours. Please do. We wouldn't want your regimen to spill over into the investigation. Lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is a euphemism for nihilistic binge drinking. Okay. Cool. Okay, we've got to do a debrief at some point. Got to phone our Lazarus. It's a pacing match between two different precincts. And I think stats may have changed. The theme on the pinball machine is standard royalist theme used on everything from pinball cabinets to full flavour cigarettes. What are its hallmarks? Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. Wait, where do I get such a crown? It comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Voix d'Or. The words Voix d'Or are stamped on the crown's plastic. The idea of a king in a century gone is pretty fascinating. The sentiment is called anti-sentinel... What? The sentiment is called... That's... Nostalgia. Anticentennial nostalgia. Planning for a time before the turn of the century. It's common even now, after 50 years.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you met up with your colleague.
She looks at the lieutenant. He nods politely. Wait, who's Sweetie? Who's Sweetie?
Why? You are, officer.
Maybe I am.
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
I had once, winked twice, but then I lost her. Reaction speed. What was with that fucking wink? Tap yourself on the side of your head to correct the malfunction.
I see you are still grieving, but I won't cry.
She smiles gently, paying no heed to the inexplicable winking. This is
You
a...
must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained, I completely forgot to introduce myself.
This is a very funny game.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling. Esprit de corps? This Lana is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire on the spot. Okay, I need to look that up. I think I... This one, John. Cool for cops, cop aficionados, pretend cops. Esprit de corps is the very spirit of policing, the cop geist. It enables you to understand your blue-souled sisters and brothers, not only by picking up on subtle signals from your partner, but by witnessing flash sideways scenes as they play out in your precinct. Is that right? At high levels, you'll be the very heart of the police force. Not only willing and able, but obliged to take a bullet for your partner. However, without esprit de corps, you'll be flying blind, unable to understand discreet remarks colleagues make in high-stakes situations. Remarks that might save your life. What an interesting skill. You seem to be in a chair. Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic. Encyclopedia. Easy. Success. A paraplegic is someone's limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries like falling from a great height or grenade explosions. A grenade. Did you fight in a war? No, dear. I'm not quite that old, though I wasn't injured in the line of duty. I feel like I was in a war. Oh, my. What happened? I think I lost. That's how I feel about the accident. She looks down and then up at you again. I was training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail-order shoe company. You'd think it'd be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky this was almost 20 years ago. I was compensated exceptionally well. I can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. She runs her hand over the chrome wheels of her chair. I'm sorry, it was rude of me to mention the wheelchair. Let's move on. So no, thanks for clearing that up for me. Let's move on. No problem, she nods, smiling up from you behind her glasses. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. Yes, officer, you look rather dazed, like a stunned fox, but surely things can't be that bad. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything. Oh my. It takes a moment to process. You know where we are, right? I should let you go, but I'll finish this conversation. The Whirling-In-Rags cafeteria. It was on my keys. That's right. And where is the Whirling-In-Rags cafeteria located? In Revachol? Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol. All I know is that Revachol used to be really cool in the 30s. The new disco dancing. It seemed like a lifetime ago. Her eyes filled with the light reflected off those gilded years when the city seemed full of possibility. Much has changed, but it is still the most beautiful city in the world. A rare jewel set in the sand between the pines. Everyone says so, even foreigners. There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost. Speaking of history, you know what year it is? It's the spring of 51. Hang on. That was a weird noise. That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded. It's a kind of green ape pen. Composure. Easy. Success. Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there. She now relaxes her shoulders. I can tell this is taxing for you, so I'll ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Oh dear. I think I'm going to let you go there. Although I'm probably going to answer some kind of democracy, maybe. So let's save game and let you go. I cannot save game, so I'm going to continue. Like some kind of democracy, maybe? Nope, sadly not. Revachol is what's called a special administrative region under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. With no government of our own, and what democracy we have, she thinks, is market-driven. Rhetoric, medium, success. Meaning buying is voting. I don't know what to say. I'm so disappointed. It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some sort of representation. There's talk, but for now the RCM's all we got. There's no government, how come there's cops? Oh dear. She shakes her head, suddenly very worried. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone. Half-Light. She's scared now. You realise you really are brain damaged. Oh, bollocks. So, how did I do? You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd. A sigh comes from him. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook. But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what this world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. What is the revolution you mentioned? A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 40 years ago. But what does this have to do with there not being any cops? It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better. Who could tell me more? Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you could ask... She turns to the lieutenant. No, he looks away. I'm not an encyclopedia. I don't want to be a guide either. I'm a detective. Of course, she turns to you. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe. Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you could find a wealthy person in Martinez. How would you like to roll with me? Her eyes light up. Whatever do you mean? I want you to be my wheelchair partner in fighting crime. Ridding backyards of corpses. Catching sequence killers. Sequence killers? Oh my. She sounds impressed, but I think you already have a partner, sweetie. Partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers and forays into the paranatural. I can assure you with absolute certainty there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez. Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble, she turns to you. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Why, 3 heads are better than 2. Thank you, but... She looks out the window wistfully. Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. I gotta get no. I'm not gonna ask her for money. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case. Gives you a small wave. Well, that was nice. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna also save my game because I need to go to sleep. Can I? Oh, we'll just save. I guess over that. Oh, yes. John save game. Cool. I'll let you go. I've been John Foxy on Tunnel John West. I've been having a Disco Elysium adventure. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching.